Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman, number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman, number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward, number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman, number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman, number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman, number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward, number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward, number 16, Braden Harris. Forward, number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman, number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward, number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward, number 27, Grant Fugner. Forward, number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie, number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie, number 31, Luke Scanapieko. Forward, number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward, number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward, number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward, number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward, number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good afternoon, Blues fans. We are live here at Centene Community Ice Center for this matchup of your St. Louis Blues versus the Madison Capitals. Just finished warm-ups. Blues will be getting final instructions from the bench before they head out to take this opening face-off. And we'll be back for the start of the first period shortly. We are trying a new headset today. If you can hear okay, throw a thumbs up in that chat for me just so we know everything's good. And we'll be back shortly with the face-off. Blues send out Bugner, Bauer, Zilm to start this game on forward. They have Komodowski and Smith as the defensive pair. Blues get it in deep. Madison comes away with it. They make an outlet pass. Goes right through the middle. They lead man it. Komodowski keeps him to the outside. Long shot. Pad save behind the net by Stutzer, who's starting this game for the Blues. Bugner sends it up to Zilm. Zilm goes far side to Bauer. He's got one man to beat. Pulls up, long shot, blocked by the shin pad of a Capitals player. Schneider fresh on the ice, breaks up that exit zone pass, and now a good stand at the line by Smith, takes it away. Here comes Smith, makes a move, he gets stood up. Quick shot by Gordon Crowley to put the Blues up 1-0 here less than a minute into the game. So Crowley from Smith puts the Blues up by a goal, 15-18 in the first period. Blues will complete the line change after that goal. Schneider will be centering Bowers and Crowley. Defensive pairing is Rubis and Brooks. Face-off was a battle, ended up winning by the Capitals. Now there's a battle on the boards. Bowers chases a man in. Capitals come away with a long shot wide of the net. It's going to come all the way out to the far side point. They're going to put it back in deep. Brooks battles behind the net. He comes away with it. He goes up the sideboards for Crowley. Crowley gets stood up. Pinched by Brooks is not completed. Blues do come away with it, though. Bowers passes to Crowley. Crowley got one man to get around. He gets stood up again. Crowley now with the puck again, gets it around his guy. Looking for somebody in front. He had Komodowski there. Or Giorgio, sorry, that's Giorgio. Giorgio now battles for puck behind the net. Capitals man knocks it off his stick. They're going to throw it back up the far side. Pinched by Miniman, gets the puck back to Bowers. Bowers loses it, goes to Rubis, and Rubis shoots and he scores! So Blues go up by 2 with 14:20 left here in the first period after a goal by Rubis. Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard will continue on forward. Miniman and Peterson, the defensive pair after that goal. Faceoff was won by the Blues, thrown in deep into the Capital zone. They get it back out. Giorgio goes to Peterson. Peterson fans on his pass. Capitals put it back in deep. Peterson picks it up, skates it behind the net, goes to his partner Miniman. Miniman off the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard touch pass to Giorgio. Giorgio another touch pass to Harris. Here comes Harris, looking for a man in front, nobody home. Sorry about that. Somebody was asking a question. Madison Capitals, they're going to put it far side, gets out of their own zone. Blues step up. That is Tyson Boyer puts it back in deep. Spatansky heavy on the forecheck. Capitals throw it around. They send it hard up the boards. That's going to go all the way for icing. So with 13:11 left here in the first period, Blues will have an offensive zone face-off to the left of the Capitals goaltender. They complete the line change. Up front, we now have Spatansky centering Wessel and Boyer. Defensive pairing for this unit is going to be Komodowski and Smith. Face-off won by the Capitals. They try to go far side. It goes through their man's legs. Komodowski picks up the loose puck, retreats into his own zone, circles, tries to hit Boyer. That puck's knocked off of his stick. Boyer comes away with it after a battle, though, tips it forward to Smith. Here comes Smith now, takes it down the sideboards. Shot to the front, hits off the skate of a Capitals player. Wessel dodges a hit. Capitals come away with the puck. They go up the boards, unable to corral that. Goes right to Komodowski. Komodowski sends it back forward, tipped into the zone by Boyer. Capitals come away with it, goes back far side. Malachi Smith has to circle, and that's going to cause an offsides. So with 12:35 left here in the first period, we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Center ice face-off. Blues send out a new line unit. They've got Fugner with Bauer and Zilm up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Blues. Brooks grabs it. He's going to put it in deep. Bauer gives chase. Zilm covers the board, stops the exit pass. He's got two men on him. Puck's thrown out to the point. That's Rubis has it. He takes a long shot, tipped on net. Good save by the Madcaps goaltender there with traffic in front to keep this a two-goal game. Capitals send out a fresh unit. Blues will continue with the Fugner line. Fugner wins the faceoff back to Rubis. Rubis and Fugner converge on a Capitals player to hold it in the zone. Capitals go the opposite way. Brooks holds it. He's got nothing to do except throw it far corner. He's got Zilm checking hard on that puck. Fugner comes in, tips it farther. He's going to skate it out, takes it behind the net, looking for a man, gives it to Zilm. Zilm out to the point. Unfortunately, Rubis wasn't able to corral that. It's going to go all the way back into the blue zone. Rubis picks it up. He stops and reverses. He goes up the boards, tries to hit Zilm, and that's going to go all the way down for icing. .11:47 left here in the first period. Blues lead by 2. We'll have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Stutzer. Schneider's lines out with Bowers and Crowley on the wings. Defensive pair is Miniman and Peterson. Puck goes behind the Blues net. Peterson picks it up. He reverses back to Miniman. Miniman up the boards, hits the leg of a player. Schneider picks up the loose puck. Bauer tips it forward, goes over to Peterson. Peterson finally tries to clear, hits a shim pad. Watch out now, Blues got to get back. Long shot, blocker save, and Miniman comes away with the loose puck. Miniman tries to go far side, hits the Madcap skater. Crowley heavy on the forecheck, beats his man to the puck. He's looking for somebody. Schneider's going to pick up the loose puck far corner. He goes all the way back to Miniman on the point. Miniman looks, makes a move at the line. He goes far side for Peterson. Peterson tries to hit Schneider just out of his reach. Schneider gets hit behind the play. Puck's going to go all the way around. Crowley battles for it. They're able to clear to the neutral zone. Peterson grabs it, sends it over to Bowers, misses his tape. And the puck now coming the other way with one Madcaps player in a 1-on-3. They dump. They're going to go for a change. Miniman picks it up behind the net. They go far side. That goes out, and it's going to be an offsides. So 10:44 left here in the first period. We'll have a neutral zone faceoff across from the Blues bench. Fresh line comes on the ice. Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard. Giorgio wins that draw. They go back to the D. D to D again. That's Malachi Smith and Komodowski. Smith, high off the glass, goes all the way down, hits a Madcaps player sticks and no icing. Harris comes away with it in the corner. He makes a move around his man. He reverses behind the net to Blanchard. Blanchard chased down right in front. Good stick by the Caps player, breaks up that threat. Giorgio knocks his man off the puck, sends it back in front, nobody home. Harris picks up the loose puck. He skates it behind the net. Looking for a man. He goes to the point. Hits a stick. Komodowski grabs it, throws it towards the net. Deflected just wide. Giorgio grabs it. He puts it in front. Good shot by Blanchard off balance. That's safe. Puck goes far corner. Harris now battles there. Blanchard steps in to help him out with two Madison Capitals players there. Giorgio stays out high. Puck's moving, but not very far. Madcaps come away with it. Here they come out of the zone. Good pinch by Malachi Smith, holds that in the zone. Another good pinch by Malachi Smith, and Blues have an opportunity again here. They put it towards the front, nobody home, and heads up. Madison has an odd man rush coming the other way. Rough pass just out of his reach, though, so Komodowski's able to recover, takes the puck, and here come the Blues. He lead mans the puck to Harris. Harris gets it knocked off his stick, and Capitals bringing it back in, but Malachi Smith with a good stick check breaks that up. His pass out of the reach of a Blues player goes to the Capitals. They regroup in their own defensive zone, go D to D. Now their defenseman makes a move, tries to put it in deep. Good leg shin pad save by Wessel, broke that up. Madison regroups in their own zone. They go lead man the puck. Puck's going to ricochet far boards right to the side of the net. Stutzer plays it to the defenseman Komodowski. Puck is sent all the way down. That's not going to go far enough for icing. Good hustle by Boyer. He's got it behind the net. He's going to go out to the point. Puck's deflected, goes right to a Madison player, and here come the Capitals back the other way. Crosses the blue line. They're going to throw it in deep. Brooks picks it up, reverses to Rubis. Rubis, chip pass to Wessel. Wessel, far side, tries to hit Boyer. It deflects, but Spatansky comes away with it. Here come the Blues, 3-on-2. And a pass and a goal by Tyson Boyer. Tyson Boyer from Spatansky puts the Blues up 3-0 with 8:23 left here in the first period. Blues going to make a line change. They send out the Fugner line, Bauer and Zilm on the wings. Rubis and Brooks will continue their shift on defense. Face off, won by the Capitals. He gets stood up by Brooks. Fugner picks up the loose puck. He goes to his defensive partner, Rubis. Rubis goes for a skate. Several men open, no pass until the end there. They're able to get it in deep finally. Fugner hits his man behind the net. Capitals come away with it. Bauer stands his guy up. Good hold at the point by Brooks, keeps it there. And another good hold by Zilm keeps it there. And now Capitals finally come away with it, but Fugner uses a stick and holds it in. And just never-ending battle of push the puck deeper. Bauer comes away with it, skates it behind the net. He reverses. He sends it to Fugner. Fugner goes up the wall to the point to Brooks. Brooks, long shot, gets through. Bowers is right there for it. Nobody can get a shot on it. Puck shot on net finally by Fugner, and it's a save by the goaltender. So lots of pressure that shift. Blues make a wholesale line change. Schneider, Bowers, and Crowley up front. Miniman and Peterson will be the defensive pair. It's offensive zone face-off. Won by Schneider to Bowers. He sends it back to the point. Miniman has it. He takes a shot, gets on net. Quick save by the Caps goaltender, and he's going to hold on to it and take the whistle. So we're going to do it again from his left. No change in personnel for the Blues. Face-off again, won by Schneider. Bauer sends it back to the point. That is intercepted. Big hit by Schneider knocks him off the puck. Goes right to the Blues defenseman. Peterson gives it to Miniman. Miniman back to Peterson. Peterson hits Schneider. Schneider gives it to Bowers. They're going to chip it forward. Nobody's there. Schneider on the forecheck. And Madison comes away with it. Here they come. They're going to throw it in just deep. Miniman chases behind his own net for it. Madison Capital player wipes out. They hit Schneider. Harris now is on the ice. Here comes Harris. Harris shot. Good save by the Caps goaltender. Quick shot by Peterson. Puck comes through. Bowers misses an open net. He gets the puck back. Puts it in front. Nobody home. Miniman grabs the loose puck. Steps up. Steps in. Shoot. Can't get it past the goaltender. Another good blocker save. Puck tried to clear. Held in by Peterson. Peterson pushes it in deep. Harris now forechecks. Bowers holds his man up. Capitals come away with it. Puck deflects to Harris. Harris sends it to Miniman out on the point. Long shot gets through. Pad saved by the Caps goaltender again. Giorgio picks up that rebound. Circles out to the point. He's looking for a man. He circles again. Goes to the far circle. Long shot and another save by the Capitals goaltender. So Capitals goaltender under heavy pressure to start this game. 3 goals and probably 10 to 15 shots here in the first 9 minutes of the game. Our camera woman is saying that the Caps goaltender making that look like he's not enjoying this very much. Blues win that face-off. It goes back to the point. That's Komodoski after the line change. Komodoski shoots, tipped on net by Wessel. Another save by the Caps goaltender. Harris tips the puck up the boards. Nobody home for the Blues, and here come the Capitals 2-on-2. They cross into the Blues zone. They're going to throw it in deep. Malachi Smith comes away with it. His pass intercepted. They're going to put it right back in deep. Malachi Smith hits his man, and then Giorgio hits his man. Puck still loose on the sideboards. It finally squirts up to Wessel. I think that's Wessel. Yeah, it's Wessel. And Madison comes away with it after a missed pass by the Blues. They're going to put it all the way back down. Malachi Smith retrieves it. He circles in his own zone looking for space. He goes behind the net to Komodoski. Komodoski, he reverses himself. He goes up the boards. He hits Boyer, who's fresh on the ice. Boyer hits Wessel on a seam pass. And here comes Wessel 1-on-3, waiting for reinforcements. Puts it in front of the net, off a Capitals player, and almost goes on net. Spatansky picks up the loose puck, shoots it. Boyer comes away with it. His shot, pad save again. Wessel tries to put it in front again. Nobody home. Good pinch by Malachi Smith. Holds that puck in the zone. Wessel hits his man. Malachi Smith picks up the loose puck. Good paddle by the Capitals goaltender. Breaks that threat, and now Capitals come away with it, and they're able to skate it out of the zone. They cross the blue line. They're going to throw it in deep. It goes all the way far corner. Komodoski with one man coming in, makes a move around him. He goes far side, back with a backhand sauce pass to Zilm. Zilm tips it forward to Spatansky. Spatansky has it knocked off his stick. Good hold in the zone by Zilm. Here comes Boyer with it. He goes around two men, puts it behind the net. Spatansky on the forecheck, misses his man, but breaks the play up. Spatansky gets pushed down from behind as Capitals come away with the puck, and they're going to take it out the far side. Rubis steals the puck. He's got a seam, shoots, pad save, deflected into his glove, and that will be a whistle. So 4:17 left here in the first period. Blues lead by 3. Offensive zone coming up to the left of the Capitals goaltender with a fresh unit coming on the ice for the Blues. They've got Fugner centering Bauer and Bowers. This is a new unit. And Blues get a shot on net, held on to by the Capitals goaltender. And we'll have another offensive zone face-off, this time to the right of the Capitals goaltender. Blues win the face-off, comes out to the point, slap shot wide of the net by Brooks. It goes all the way around to Rubis. Rubis chips it to Bowers. Bowers has it bounce on him. Capitals come away with a good hold at the line by Bowers. Good backhand pass to Boyer. And Fugner then gives it to Bauer, and the Blues go up by 4 on a goal by Bauer from Fugner in Bowers. So 3:54 left here in the first period. Blues up 4-0 on that goal by Bauer from Fugner and Bowers. Face off, won by the Blues. Here comes Bauer again. He brings it into the zone. Tries to go the front to Fugner. That gets hit off a stick and goes far corner. Fugner forechecks his man, takes the body. Capitals are able to clear. Oh, no, good hold by Miniman. Here he comes, top of the circle. Shot, shoulder save by the Caps goaltender. That's another great save. And here come the Capitals, finally able to clear the zone. Bowers breaks that up. He grabs it, goes back to Peterson. Peterson, he's going to skate it in. He gets around one man. He brings it to the sideboards. Dodges a hit. Fugner grabs it. He hits it off the glass, goes back in deep. And here come the Blues on a line change. Crowley picks up the loose puck, puts it far side. Blues come away, or Capitals come away with it, and then they're going to throw it all the way down, and that's going to be an icing. Face-off won by the Capitals. Here they go out of the zone. They're going to cross the red line. They put it in deep. Stutzer settles the puck, goes to the corner. Blues players miss it. Now Smith picks it up. He sends it up the sideboards. Schneider's going to pick it up on the sideboards. He gets hit. He holds the puck there, turns, gives it to, I think that's Komodowski. Komodowski sends it forward to Crowley, rolls on him, hit by Schneider, knocks the puck to Crowley. Crowley sends it over to Smith. Smith up to Bowers. Bowers sends it forward, tries to put it in, does so. It goes far side into the far corner. Now Bowers going to get in on the forecheck. He puts it behind the net, the Capitals player does. They send it around. Schneider intercepts that pass, and then it rolls on his stick, and now Capitals are able to clear. Here come the Capitals in. Good step up by Komodowski, breaks that play up. He reverses behind his own net. He's looking for a player. He skates it again. Nobody home. Goes behind the net to his partner, Smith. Smith up the boards to Harris. Harris chips it around a man. He gets in. He's going to beat his man to the puck. Tries to put it in front. Nobody home as the Blues were changing. And here come the Capitals right back out. They flip it high off the glass right to the stick of Brooks. Brooks to Rubis. Rubis to Harris. And here he comes. 1-on-3. He's got Blanchard streaking. Long shot just wide of the net. Comes all the way out to the point. Brooks holds it. Sends it far corner. Capitals try to regroup. Good play by Giorgio. Breaks that up. Puck squirts up the boards. And another good pinch by Rubis holds that puck in. He steps, looking for somebody. Tries to pass far side for Blanchard. Goalie got a good stick on it. And another good pinch by Brooks on this shift. Keeps the play going in the zone. They try to clear. Couldn't do so. Goes to Brooks. He shoots it. Hits a player of the Capitals. And they're able to bring it back out. Good check by Rubis. Breaks that up. And here come the Blues now 2-on-2. With Giorgio and Rubis. Good drop pass for Boyer. Boyer shot just wide of the net. Goes far side for Brooks. Brooks has trouble corralling it. Capitals get it out. Blanchard back covering. Sends it to Rubis. Rubis turns. Gives it to Boyer. Boyer touch pass to Giorgio. He drops it for Boyer. Boyer chips it into the corner. He's looking for somebody. Nobody home. Goes far side to Wessel. Wessel hits Brooks. Brooks shot. Oh, good save by the goaltender. Goes just high. Rubis grabs it, shot on net. That is a pad save. They send it back out to Rubis. Rubis makes a move, takes a shot. He gets hit, loses the puck, and Madison's able to clear back into the blue zone. Rubis picks it up at the top of the circle. He goes for a skate behind his own net. Then Sauce pass to Wessel. Wessel tips it to Spatansky, and here come the Blues back into the Capital zone. Spatansky around everybody. Gets held up, no call. Boyer hits his man, knocks the puck off. Here it comes back out to Wessel. Wessel shot just high of the net. Miniman has to retreat to grab that and heads up. Here come the Capitals 1-on-1 back into the blue zone. And that's going to do it for the first period as the Blues lead 4-0. And we will be back for the second period shortly. And we are ready to get the second period started. The Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm line come out on forward. Miniman, Peterson, the defensive pair. Fugner wins the faceoff. He's going to cross into the Capital zone. Goes to the corner, sends it to the front. Puck gets to the front. Capitals come away with it, and here they come the other way. Good back check by Bauer, breaks that up. He drops it for Peterson. Peterson, long shot, deflects high. Miniman pinches on the far corner. He takes a shot. That goes far side all the way out. Fugner steps up, tries to tip it to Peterson. Heads up. Here comes Capitals. Could have had numbers, but good back check by Fugner and Zilm break up that threat. Capitals have it in their own zone. They take it behind the net. They go hard up the boards. Miniman pinches. Gets past him. Schneider steps up, puts it in deep. And here comes, they try to get to Bauer. It's just out of his reach. And Madison sends it all the way back down. It's going to stop right about the circle. Peterson picks it up. He's looking for people ahead. He hits Bowers, who's fresh on the ice. Bowers, one man to beat. Gets it knocked off his stick. Schneider is now battling for it. Here comes Capitals backwards. Schneider hassles him just enough to break anything up. Komodowski, he grabs the puck behind the net, battles a player. Puck goes to the Capital player's stick. They send it out to the point. Heads up. Shot blocked by Schneider. Next block shot by Schneider again. Komodowski comes away with the loose puck, does a little free, reverses behind the net. He's going to skate it out of the zone now. Tries to go far side, gets it to Schneider. Schneider gets it knocked off his stick, and here come the Capitals back the other way. They cross, they throw it in deep. Stutzer's going to settle it behind the net for Como. Como went to pass the boards. Nobody was home. Capitals go D to D at the top of their zone. They put it back the other way. Crowley wipes out, and he is going to be offsides. Blues make another line change. They send out the Giorgio, Harris, and Zilm line. New defensive pairing is Brooks and Rubis. Face-off won by the Blues back to Brooks. He sends it to his partner, Rubis. Rubis crosses the red line. He's going to throw it in deep. That goes all the way around far side for Harris. He shakes off a hit, holds it in the corner. Giorgio helps him out now. Blues come away with it. Harris has it. He makes a pass to Giorgio. Giorgio back in front, nobody home. Harris battles on the far boards now. Blanchard sends it back out to the point after helping. Rubis tries to put it on net, deflected high. Capitals come away with it. They're finally able to clear the zone. Brooks holds, goes back over to Rubis. Rubis right up the middle to Giorgio, and here they come back in the Madison Capital zone. Giorgio around one-man shot. Another save by the Capitals goaltender. And Capitals come away with a good pick by Giorgio. Grabs that puck. He hits Harris. Harris shot back to Blanchard. Blanchard shot pad save by the Capitals goaltender. And Giorgio comes away with the loose puck. He tries to pass it over to Blanchard. It gets tipped by a Capitals player, and here they come 2-on-2 back into the blue zone. Long shot. Blocker saved by Stutzer to the boards. Goes to Rubis. Rubis hits Harris. Harris skates it into the zone, drops for Giorgio. Giorgio, long shot, pad saved by the Capitals goaltender. Good stick, breaks up the exit attempt, and Capitals come back away with it. Blues are going to take a too many men on the ice penalty as one of their players could not get over the board. So Blues go to the penalty kill with 12:57 left here in the second period. Too many men on the ice is the call. Blues send out Miniman and Peterson as the defensive pair. Wessel and Spatansky as the offensive killers. Face-off won by the Capitals. They take it out to the point. They go D to D. Spatansky out. Tips that shot, gets on net, and Stutzer holds on to it. Gets a little snow shower, and Blues defenseman did not appreciate that. So we'll have a defensive zone face-off again, this time to the left of Stutzer. Ref was summoned to the penalty box. Scorekeeper had a question, it sounds like. Ref went to check on something at the bench. Now back to the scorekeeper's box. And I'm wondering if they're debating whether it's supposed to be a minute 30 or 2-minute penalties. Now the ref is talking to the Capitals coach. And I think we are now ready for a faceoff. And we are. Capitals win it back to the point. They go D to D. Pass it down to the bottom of the circle. Try to put it in front. Intercepted by Spatansky. He sends it all the way down. That's going to be on net, so no icing. Capitals goalie tips it back out. Passes to his winger. Comes all the way back into their zone. Good forecheck by the Blues is not allowing them to get much going here. Can barely get out of their own zone. Finally get a chip pass out. They get it around Miniman. Miniman breaks up the play. Pushes it behind his net. Sends it back up the sideboards. It's going to go all the way to the point. They're going to hold it in there. Oh, no, good play by Wessel. Breaks that up, and he's able to get it out of the blue zone. Capitals grab it. They put it back in. It goes right to the stick of Miniman. He hits Peterson. Peterson, he's going to turn on the Jets. Tries to get around. He gets held up a little bit. Puck goes into the Capital zone, and Blues pick that right back off with Peterson, who makes a good move around his guy, and then he gets it knocked off his stick, but he's still going to battle for it as the Blues are spending this entire penalty kill in the Capital zone, it seems. 19 seconds left in the too many men penalty against the Blues. Capitals come away with it. They lead man the puck to the blue line, hit them, and watch out, they've got numbers as the Blues are getting back. They do. Shot tipped just high. Peterson picks up the loose puck in the corner. He sends it up the boards, and Capitals are going to regroup in their own zone. Fugner on the forecheck, and they turn the puck over. Harris fresh out of the box, serving that minor, grabs it. He gets checked and goes back to the Capitals. They've got pressure with Zilm and Harris on the puck. Zilm comes away with it, tries to hit Fugner in front, just out of his reach. Capitals come back away with it. Puck is sent to the point. Good hold by Komodowski. He puts it back in deep. Capitals are going to pick it up behind their own net. Good play by Zilm. Takes it from his stick. Sends it out to Komodowski on the point. Komodowski tries to get a shot on net. Just wide. And it's going to be covered by the Capitals goaltender. Blues finish the line change. They get Bauer on the ice with Zilm and Fugner. Komodowski and Smith are continuing their defensive shift. Face-off won by the Blues. They put it to the front, saved by the goalie. Fugner picks up the loose puck. His shot goes just high. I think it deflected off something. Bauer comes away with it on the sideboard. Cycles to Fugner. Fugner out to Smith. Smith over to Komodowski. Komodowski shot. Pad save to the corner. Goes behind the net. All three Blues back there, and Madison somehow came away with it. They hit the boards, touch pass out, and here comes a Capitals player by himself. Good back check by Bauer, broke that up, and then Komodowski sent the puck. They just took it back away. Quick shot, pad save by Stutzer. They get another shot, hits the side of the cage. Komodowski comes away with it. He's going to go for a skate, turns it over in front. They can't get a shot off, and Komodowski picks up the loose puck after the whip on the shot by Capitals. Wow, big reverse check by Bauer there as somebody tried to take him, and that puck's going to go into the bench. So with 9:56 left here in the second period, Blues up 4-0. They're going to make a full line change here. We've got Schneider centering Bowers and Crowley. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Blues win the faceoff. Rubis has it. He chips it forward to Bauer. Bauer gives it to Schneider. Schneider hits Crowley. Crowley takes it down the sideboards behind the net, looking for somebody. Nobody home. And Capitals come away with it. They're going to skate it up the sideboards. They try to make a pass, tipped down by Schneider, but that's going to be a high stick. So we'll have a neutral zone faceoff right outside of the Caps bench. With 9:38 left, no change in personnel for the Blues. Schneider wins the faceoff again, back to Brooks. Brooks goes to Rubis. Rubis back to Brooks. He's going to go for a skate, circles in his own zone. He hits Rubis. Rubis crosses the blue line. He puts it in deep, almost takes the ref head off. Schneider picks it up far corner. He takes the hit, holds the puck there. He gets helped out by Bowers, who comes away with the puck. Bowers goes to the far point. That hops over the stick of Rubis, and Blues have to hustle back into their own zone to pick this up. Rubis grabs it, takes it behind the net, stops, then starts again, gets around one, goes for a skate, passes it up to Crowley. Crowley takes a big hit. Good step in by Brooks, holds the puck in the zone. Schneider then gets it, puts it in deep. Brooks back there battling for it, looking for somebody. Nobody home. They get the pass to Bowers. He sends it to Schneider. Schneider can't get enough on it. Back down the corner to Bowers. Out to the point to Crowley. Crowley holds, goes back to Bowers. Bowers, long shot. That's a save by the goaltender. They take it behind the net, and here they come the other way. Capitals bring it out of the zone. Good skate by Harris. Breaks up that play. Rubis grabs it. He sends it back. That's going to go all the way down for what will probably not be ice. They wave it off, and Blues continue their line change. Good hold by Harris. Keeps that puck in the zone. He skates it down below the circle. Reverses. Puts it back behind the net for Giorgio. Giorgio skates it behind. He gets it knocked off of his stick. Capitals go into the far corner. Big hit by Rubis, and heads up, Caps have a one-on-one, but he blows an edge, and here come the Blues now 3-on-2 back the other way. Giorgio around one man, around the second man. Puck gets knocked off his stick, and he's got nowhere to go with it. He goes far side, nobody home. Capitals tip that pass into the corner. Capitals grab it, they send it up the boards. Peterson holds it in with his body, holds it in again with his body. Would have been a hand pass, but touched by Capitals. Blanchard hits a man. Harris grabs a loose puck far side, sends it out to Miniman. Miniman, shot just wide of the net. Blanchard's going to pick up that loose puck. He tries to send it out to the point. That's intercepted. And here come the Caps 2-on-2 back into the Blue zone. They cross into the Blue zone. They're going to throw it in deep. Peterson with time picks it up, reverses. He does a little chip pass to Harris. Harris makes a move. He hits Giorgio. Giorgio crosses the red line, crosses into the Capital zone. He's going to put it in deep. Then he's going to chase down his own dump. And Giorgio's going to take a penalty there, so he'll be going to the box as soon as the Blues touch this. And we will be back after the call. So Giorgio gets 2 minutes for roughing. It's 6:59 left here in the second period. Blues send out Spatansky and Boyer up front. Smith and Komodowski, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Capitals, goes out to the point. They drop it to their winger on the sideboards, reverse back to the point. He had to retreat to grab that, goes D to D. And good stick by Tyson Boyer, breaks up the next D to D pass, and it tips right out into the neutral zone. Here come the Capitals again. They put it in deep, deflects off of the stick of Malachi Smith, and goes out of play. No change in personnel for the Blues. We'll have a defensive zone face-off. This will be to the right of Stutzer. Blues win the face-off. Komodowski takes it behind the net, reverses again, and then flips it out, hits off the stick. Clearly hit off the stick of the Capitals player, but they call the icing anyways. So we're going to do it again. Here with 6:28 left in the second period. This time it's going to be to the left of Stutzer. Ref saw some debris on the ice. Good for him picking that up. Face-off won by the Capitals. Out to their point. They reverse to the top of the circle. They go far side to the other point. Tap pass back to their other defenseman. Back to the point. Top of the circle, far side this time. Long shot, saved by Stutzer. Rebound loose. Goes back to the front of the net. And we've got a whistle as Stutzer holds on as he had had enough of that. Face-off won by the Capitals. They go D to D. 38 seconds left here in the power play. Shot. Stutzer couldn't see it. goes through the crease on the rebound, and Capitals come back away with it. They put it behind the net. Brooks picks it up. He puts it high off the glass, not hard enough to get out, as Capitals chip it back around Wessel to hold it in the zone. Capitals come away with it. Long shot, glove save by Stutzer. Will end that threat with 19 seconds left here in the Giorgio roughing minor. So we'll do another defensive zone face-off, this time to the right of Stutzer. Face-off won by Blanchard. Rubis grabs it, flips it high off the glass. Capitals hold. Wessels chips it back into his own zone to Rubis. Rubis takes a hit. Capitals come away with the puck. They try to put it in front. Good stick by Wessel, breaks that play up. And Capitals come back away with it. They put it in front of the net, wide open, tipped just wide. Brooks grabs it. He goes far side. It's going to go all the way down in what will likely be an icing. 5:18 left here in the second period. We are back to full strength. Capitals fans not happy about that. Or no, I'm sorry, that's some Blues turns. Whatever happened over there on the other side of Stutzer, I couldn't see it. But some people thought it was a penalty. So we're going to do it again, this time to the left of Stutzer, 5-on-5. Bugner, Bowers, and Zilm up front with Miniman and Peterson, the defensive pair. Bugner battle behind the net with Peterson. They get the puck out, send it up the sideboards, hits off the skate of Bauer. Madison's able to carry it, hold it in the zone. They lead man it, had a man behind the Blues D, but they couldn't get a stick on it. They send it back to the front. Madison circles, quick shot, saved by Stutzer. Capitals showing some life here as they put it behind the net. Bugner battles. He sends it up the sideboards. Miniman hits his man. Zilm takes the hit as he battles two men. Bugner steps in to help him out. Puck squirts to the back behind the Blues net. Peterson picks it up. He sends up the sideboards out of the reach of Bauer. Madison holds it. Shot tipped just high of the Blues net on a bouncing puck. And Blues still unable to clear. This one comes all the way back. Peterson's going to retrieve it far corner. He reverses behind the net for Miniman. Miniman tips it forward for Zilm. Zilm's pass intercepted. It goes right back to him, though. And finally, Blues able to clear, but it goes right to the stick of a defenseman for the Capitals. They lead it right back forward. Good stick by Peterson breaks that up. And another good stick by Zilm breaks up their next pass. Blues get it. Miniman's pass is off the shin pad, goes far side. Peterson throws off the boards. Bugner picks it up. He gets around his man, gets his stick knocked out of his hand, and draws a penalty. As Blues are going to go to the power play with 3:46 left here in the second period, up by 4. Blues send out Schneider, Crowley, and Bowers up front. They have Komodowski and Smith, the defensive pair. Schneider wins the faceoff. Shot by Malachi Smith is blocked. Loose puck picked up in front by Bowers. Madison picks that off. They're going to send it all the way down, and Komodowski has to retrieve it right in front of Stutzer. He sends it to Crowley. Crowley hits Bauer. Bauer goes around. Schneider goes to the front of the net, drops for Smith. Smith, shot! That goes right into the midsection of the Capitals goaltender, and he's going to hold on for the whistle. So 1 minute left in the Blues power play, 3:16 left here in the second period as the Blues lead by 4. Offensive zone faceoff coming to the right of the Capitals goaltender. Face-off won by the Blues. Komodowski holds it at the line, chips it to Smith. Smith, it's out of his reach, but Bowers is there for it. Sends up the boards to Smith again. Smith reverses around a check, sends it back down to Bowers. Bowers in front to Schneider. His shot goes just wide. Crowley grabs the puck loose on the sideboard, sends it back out to Komodowski. Komodowski walks the line, gives it to Crowley. Crowley shoot on net. Bowers has it, shoots, and Schneider buries. So Schneider is going to put in a power play goal. with 2:50 left here in the second period, putting the Blues up by 5 goals. That'll do it for the Blues power play after that power play goal. Blues make a fresh line change. They send out the Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris line up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pairing. Blues lose that face-off. Capitals reversing their neutral zone. Their puck is deflected off the leg of Harris. Then they put it back in. Brooks grabs it, goes to Rubis. Rubis reverses. He goes far side for Harris. Harris far side to Blanchard. That puck deflects off him. Harris picks it up, and here he comes back in the Capital zone. Around one man, takes it to net, gets the puck to Georgia, who can't get much on it, and they're able to keep that one out of the net somehow. So open net for the Blues, and nobody can bury it, as it looks like Georgia just couldn't get enough on the shot. Otherwise, that would have been a 6-goal game. No change in personnel for the Blues. They're going to throw Giorgio out of the circle. Harris takes the drop. He wins it to Blanchard. Blanchard has it knocked off his stick, and here come the Capitals. They try to chip it around Brooks. Finally are able to get it past him. Rubis backs him up, grabs it, reverses up the boards. Brooks has it. His exit pass is deflected, finally gets out of the zone, and that's going to be an offsides. So 2:01 left here in the second period. Blues up 5-0. Neutral zone faceoff is going to be directly across from the Capitals bench. Faceoff won by the Capitals. They go D to D in the neutral zone. Then they lead man the puck. Rubis hits his man off it. Capitals come away with a quick shot pad save by Stutzer. Rubis grabs a loose puck, takes it behind the net, reverses. He makes a move around his man. Lead man's the puck to Blanchard. Blanchard crosses into the Capital zone, takes it behind the net, looking for a man, sends it back to Brooks. Brooks' long shot tipped on net by Harris, and a glove save by the Capitals goaltender to end that threat. 1:34 left here in the second period. Blues lead by 5. We're going to send out a fresh unit. We've got Spatansky, Boyer, and Wessel up front. Peterson and Miniman will be the defensive pair. Capitals goaltender's adjusting his pad, so they're giving him a few seconds here. He's ready to go. Faceoff's ready to be dropped. Faceoff won by the Capitals. They tip it forward. Good stick by Peterson, breaks that up. Miniman grabs a loose puck off the boards to Wessel. Wessel takes it into the Capital zone. He takes it deep into the corner, tries to hit the front for Boyer. Gets a stick on it, gets a shot off, but can't get it past the goaltender. Heads up, here come the Capitals, 2-on-1. And long shot saved, and next shot hits the shin pad of Miniman as he comes away with it. He goes far side for Boyer. Boyer gets around the first man. It's 2-on-1. He's got Wessel, hits him. Wessel shoot. His shot goes just wide. Capitals are going to fight with Spatansky on the sideboards for it. Comes Scout. Boyer back to Spatansky. Spatansky to Wessel, and I think Wessel buried that. So good touch passes and a good finish by Wessel to put the Blues up by 6 here with 47 seconds left here in the second period. So Blues, after a goal by Wessel, they're going to make a full line change. They send out Buchner, Auer, and Zilm up front. The defensive pairing will be Miniman and Peterson. Face-off won by the Blues. They send it back to Miniman. Miniman skates it back into his own zone, passes it over to Peterson. Peterson goes up to Buchner. Buchner crosses into the cap zone. He gets around his man, goes to the front. Nobody home for the Blues, comes all the way out to the point. Bowers picks that one up, circles, tries to hit Fugner. It hits off a Capitals player, almost goes in the net. Now Capitals come away with it. They try to chip it around Brooks. They're able to do so. Heads up, 2-on-1. And long shot, glove, hits the post and stops in the crease as Peterson grabs it, goes far side to Zilm. Zilm crosses into the zone with 11 seconds left. Wow, Stutzer's counting his blessings on that one because that was sitting on the doorstep. Long shot with 1 second left. It's blocked into the corner, and that's going to do it for the second period. Your St. Louis Blues lead 6-0 over the Madison Capitals. We'll be back for the third period after this. And here we are for the start of the third period. Blues are going to keep the Fugner Bauer Zilm line out. Here come the Blues. Oh, Bauer and Fugner on a 2-on-1. Bauer had the puck roll on his stick, and Capitals come away and are able to clear the zone. Fugner sends it back to Komodowski. Komodowski has a roll on him. He takes it to the corner. Fugner now helps him out, tips the puck to the front of the net. Komodowski has it. He tips it over to Zilm. Zilm hits Fugner. Fugner's going to bring it into the Capital zone. He goes wide. He hits, oh my Lord. He hit Crowley, and the goalie made the save of the year. What an incredible save by the Capitals goaltender. Blues finishing their line change now. Capitals come away with it. They go far side, hits off a skate. Schneider picks it up. He's going to put it back in. He's on his man. They go D to D now. Crowley goes to catch him. And seam pass by Capitals is missed, and somehow they're on a 2-on-1. I'm not sure what happened there. I missed it, but Komodowski steps him up. Good stick by Smith, breaks up that play in front, and here comes Como with it. He's going to go for a skate. He goes up, tries to hit Crowley. It goes right to the defender. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He's going to put it in deep. Bowers on the forecheck, beats his man to it, takes it behind the net. He takes a hit. Schneider's going to go in and help him. Bowers still has it, pushes it far side. He reverses into the corner. Capitals come away with it, goes to the point. They go D to D to Brooks. Brooks long shot on net. Loose puck to Harris. Harris grabs it. He looks, sends it out to the point. Oh, move by Rubis is intercepted, and Capitals come away with it, and they throw it hard on net. So not sure if that hit the netting or not, but we'll have a face-off here in the defensive zone with 14:13 left here in the third period. Blues finished the line change. Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard up front, Miniman and Peterson, the defensive pair. Blues win the faceoff. Miniman's pass up the boards is just out of the reach of Blanchard. Capitals put it back in deep. Miniman goes hard up the boards. Harris tries to tip it forward, intercepted by the Capitals, and step up by Giorgio holds it. He gets it to Harris. Here comes Harris and Giorgio 2-on-1. Hits Miniman. Miniman shot. That goes high and heads up. Blues got to get back now as Capitals have the puck coming the other way. Good stick by the Blues forward. Breaks that up. I'm not sure who that was, but the Blues have it. Their exit zone pass goes to Giorgio. Giorgio chips it up to himself. Here comes Giorgio and Harris. Long shot. That goes just wide. Giorgio picks up his own rebound, sends it to Harris. Harris steps to the center, shoots and scores. Harris from Giorgio puts the Blues up by 7 with 13:24 left here in the third period. Harris from Giorgio. Blues send out the Spatansky, Boyer, and Wessel line. Komodowski and Smith, the defensive pair. Madison brings it back into their own zone. They reverse behind their net. Stops again, reverses back the opposite way. Wessel's heavy on the forecheck, breaks up their exit attempt. Good stick by Spatansky, breaks up the next pass. They put it back deep into the corner. Wessel gets lassoed down. Boyer there helps him out, comes away with the puck. He's looking for somebody. And Blues, I think, are going to go to the power play, or they're going to call it on both. Looks like they're going to call coincidental penalty. Wessel and number 12 from the Capitals, most likely getting coincidental roughing penalties as they got tangled up behind the net and a couple shoves were thrown. So Blues send out Blanchard to play with his old center from last year, Spatansky and Boyer. And Blues win the faceoff back to the point. Komodowski gives it to Boyer. Boyer tries to get around. Capitals send it right back out to the point, and that goes to Como. His shot's wide. Blanchard picks up the loose puck, sends it back to Komodowski. Komodowski makes a move around his man, goes over to his partner Smith. Smith, long shot, that goes high. Spatansky's going to have to fight to get back on the back check as three Capitals players are coming the opposite way. Good step up by Komodowski, breaks up that zone entry. He makes a move around his man, takes it behind the net. He drops it for Malachi Smith. He goes back the other way. Puck stopped on him there, and he had to stop to pick it up. He hits Boyer, and here comes Boyer with Blanchard. 2-on-2 in the Capital zone. Boyer gets around his man, looking for somebody, tries a wraparound. Good pad save by the Capitals goaltender. As Capitals grab it, they throw it back out to the neutral zone, and puck is then gloved down by Rubis, but heads up, Capitals have men coming the other way. Their shot goes wide. Brandon Bauer, fresh on the ice, sends it off the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard's got a man heavy on him, and good hit by Spatansky breaks that play up. He sends it over to Wessel, that was Blanchard. Blanchard hits Rubis. Rubis makes a couple moves, gives it to Bowers. Bowers' quick shot, and that is saved by the Capitals goaltender and held on to for a offensive zone faceoff for your Blues to the left of the Capitals goaltender with 11:42 left here in the third period. Face-off won by Fugner as they finish the line change. He's going to put it in deep. Brandon Bauer grabs it behind the net. He battles a man. Fugner comes to help him out and steals the puck. He reverses, sends it back. Bauer picks up the loose puck this time, looking for somebody. Nobody home. He goes behind the net. It goes through the legs of Zilm. Rubis pinches in, holds it there, and then Fugner on a good hold battles his man for it. The puck stays in deep, and Johnny Zilm hits it off the back of the net to Bauer. Bauer out to the point to Brooks. Brooks' long shot hits a couple things in front. Fugner comes away with it. Fugner out to the point to Rubis. Rubis' long shot, that's wide. Brandon Bauer picks up the loose puck. He's got room, sends it out to the point to Rubis. Rubis, another long shot. Goalie has no stick here. Zilm picks up the rebound off the goalie's chest. He circles, looks for a spot. He shoots, blocker save, and Madison comes away with it in their corner. and they go up the boards, held in by Rubus. Rubus reverses, looking for somebody. Long shot, that goes high. Hugner tracks down the loose puck, goes out to the point to Brooks. Brooks, long shot, deflects off of Crowley in front, goes just wide, and puck comes out to the point. Tipped just wide, that shot from Brooks by Crowley. Crowley skates away with the loose puck. He goes off the boards, and Rubus unable to hold his own, so the Blues have to regroup. Here comes Rubus. He makes a move around his man, goes into the zone. He's 1-on-4, looking for somebody. His pass deflected, heads up. Here come the Blues as Bauer picks up the loose puck, drops it for Brooks. Brooks tries to hit Schneider. It tips off of his stick. And here come the Capitals. Schneider hits his man. Miniman picks up the loose puck, goes far side to Brooks. Brooks up to Bowers. Here come the Blues again. Bowers tries to make a move. It gets knocked off of his stick. And heads up. It is a one-on-one. Good back check by Bowers. Breaks that up. Crowley sends it over to Miniman. Miniman off the boards to Schneider. And here comes Schneider. Tries to hit Bowers. Tips off him. Good stick. Oh, good stick by Bowers, but it went just offside. With 9:32 left here in the third period, Blues up 7-0. We will have a neutral zone face-off right next to the Capitals bench. That face-off is won by the Blues. Peterson steps up. He's going to throw it in deep. Capitals collect it behind their own net. Take it to the corner. They shoot it out. That's deflected off the stick of Blanchard. Capitals regroup, grab it, and they throw it high off the glass. Miniman picks it up just inside the Blue zone, off the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard's pass to Harris is intercepted. Giorgio jumps over a man as he goes into the zone for it. And now Harris is there to help him out. Puck goes to the corner. And Capitals come away with it, but good forecheck by the Blues break that up. And Blues clear the puck out to the neutral zone. Zilm gives a drop pass for Giorgio. Giorgio tries to go far side for Harris. That deflects off the Capital stick, and Capitals come away with it. They clear it out of their own zone. Intercepted by Miniman. Miniman to Harris. Harris is going to bring it back in. Here he comes. He's got Wessel streaming towards the net. Nobody could get open, so Harris takes it behind the net. He's looking for somebody. Makes a move, goes to the top of the slot, sends it over far side to Miniman. Miniman sends it behind the net to Wessel. It bounced over his stick, and Boyer, fresh on the ice, holds it in the zone. And Blues are going to the power play as Wessel took a shot. So Blues go to the power play with 8:02 left here in the third period, after a roughing penalty to the Madison Capitals player. Face-off won by the Blues. Boyer takes it behind the net, looking for a man. Puck bounces on him. He's able to maintain control. He reverses around a guy, takes it back towards the front of the net. Oh, had a great idea to hit Wessel. Goaltender put his stick down at the last minute and held that. Komodowski goes over to Boyer. Boyer, long shot. That's a glove save by the Capitals goaltender to end that threat. So Blues will have another offensive zone face-off. With 7:42 left here in the third period, up 7-0, 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the Blues power play. Madison comes away with that. Stutzer's going to settle it behind the net for Komodowski. Nope, Stutzer passed it to Wessel. Wessel's going to go for 8. Here he comes. Through the neutral zone, crosses the red line. He's got Spatansky with him. Good stick by Capitals, break that up. Malachi Smith picks up the loose puck. Komodowski over to Wessel. Wessel, far side to Komodowski on the point. Long shot, hits the crossbar. Loose puck picked up by Spot in front, and the Blues go up by 8. So 7-11 left here in the third period. Blues up 8-0. Power play goal by Spatansky on a really solid power play unit. Blues send out the Fugner unit with Zilm and Bauer up front. We've got Rubis and Brooks, your defensive pair. Rubis picks it up behind the net. He reverses as he's got pressure on him. He goes to Zilm up on the sideboard. Zilm hits Fugner. Here comes Fugner. Has it roll off his stick. It goes into the corner. Fugner holds onto it. Goes out to the point to Rubis. Rubis, long shot, tipped on net by Bauer. Capitals grab it, throw it back out. Brooks holds it. I'm sorry, that's Rubis holds it. And ref lost sight of the puck and blew the whistle. He even shook his head afterwards. He knew that was not the right whistle there. No change in personnel for the Blues with 6:34 left here in the third period. Offensive zone faceoff coming to the left of the Capitals goaltender. Faceoff won by Fugner. He gives it to Rubis. Rubis, long shot, deflects in front. Bauer comes away with the loose puck. He reverses, takes it down into the corner. He gives it to Zilm. Zilm kicks it to the front. Puck's on the side of the net, and it is held on to by the Capitals goaltender for a whistle. Blues are going to send out a fresh forward unit. They've got Schneider, Bowers, Crowley jumping the boards. Rubis and Brooks will continue on defense. Offensive zone faceoff this time to the right of the Capitals goaltender, won by the Blues. Schneider holds it in the corner. Capitals steal it from him. They get it around. Rubis and Brooks pick it up. Rubis, Brooks' pass just out of reach of Schneider. Long shot and a goal by the Capitals. So 8-1 on a missed pass by the Blues. And it is what it is. 8-1. 6:04 left here in the third period. Center ice face-up, won by Schneider. Peterson has it. He puts it up to Crowley. He gets it knocked off his stick. Schneider comes away with it, makes a move around his man, drops for Bowers. Hard shot, goes just wide. Peterson comes away with it and gets it knocked off his stick. Schneider controls that, tries to hold it in, battles his man. Puck goes all the way back to the Blues zone. Peterson picks it up. Peterson up to Crowley. Crowley's going to go for a skate. He dodges a man. Still maintains control of the puck. Bowers picks it up, sends it to Miniman. Miniman, far side, skates it behind the net, sends it to the front, nobody home. Goes all the way out to the point to the covering Giorgio. He takes a long shot. That's just wide. Peterson's going to pinch far side. He holds it in. Capitals players now control it behind their own net. They're going to go for a skate. They chip it forward. Good step up by Harris, and he uses his skate to hold it in. Harris tries to hit Blanchard, and it goes right back to Harris. Harris hits Giorgio. Giorgio's shot. Good save by the Capitals goaltender to end that threat. Giorgio lines up for this offensive zone draw to the left of the Capitals goaltender. He wins it. Blanchard sends it back out. And Capitals somehow came away with that. I'm not sure what happened. I was turning music off, sorry. And now we have Blanchard and Giorgio battling for it. Puck comes out to the point. That goes to the far corner. Peterson sends it up the boards to Harris. Harris sends it over to Miniman. Miniman goes up to Blanchard. Blanchard one-touch pass to Giorgio. Giorgio gives it to Harris. Just behind him, he kicks it down deep. Harris reverses, still controls. Capitals push it forward. They're able to finally clear the zone as Giorgio, just out of his reach. Miniman steps up with a stick and holds that out. Puck goes behind the net. Giorgio grabs it. He flips it high. Harris gloves it down. And they're going to say that he closed his hand on the puck. So Blues with 4:05 left here in the third period. We're going to have a neutral zone face-off right outside the Blues bench. Blues lead 8-1. Face-off won by the Blues. Here comes Komodowski with it. Crosses the red line. Crosses into the zone. Got one man to get around. Does so. Gets into the corner. Got two Capitals players there now. Boyer helps him out. Grabs it. He circles. He gets tripped. No call. Capitals are going to come out with it. They push it to the neutral zone. Malachi Smith tips it back forward. Boyer on a good forecheck holds onto it. Comes away with the puck. He battles three Capitals players there. Wessel comes away with the loose puck. Spatansky gets the tip pass from Wessel. Quick shot goes high. And here come the Capitals back out of the zone. Komodowski goes to his defensive partner, Smith. Smith goes to Boyer. Boyer, late on his shift, throws it in. It's gloved down by Capitals player, and here they come back out to the neutral zone. Spatansky picks off their pass, gives it to Komodowski. Here comes Komodowski back in. He crosses into the zone and gets the puck knocked off his stick. And here come Capitals back into the blue zone. Good play by Tyson Boyer covering defense. Breaks up that entry, and now the Blues have it in their own zone. They go D to D. Komodowski gets it from Malachi. Malachi gives it back, and now here comes Wessel. He goes to the outside. He's looking for a man. Gets his stick lifted. Capitals put back into the corner. Boyer sends it out to the point. Malachi Smith, long shot on net, pad save, goes far side, and Capitals finally get it. Rubis able to hold it in. He puts it back in deep. Spatansky on the forecheck as Capitals go behind the net. It goes far side. Capitals go hard behind their own net. Brandon Bauer fresh on the ice. He breaks up that path. Puck comes right out in front. His shot saved by the Capitals goaltender. Goes wide. Capitals and Zilm now that's Zilm. They're battling in front. Puck goes far side. And Capitals finally able to clear. That's going to go all the way down for an icing. 1:59 left here in the third period. Blues lead 8-1. We'll have an offensive zone face-off to the right of the Capitals goaltender. Blues win that face-off. They go out to Rubis. Rubis back to Brooks. Brooks, slap shot. Saved by the goaltender, goes all the way out to the point. Rubis holds it on the far side. He's going to skate to the top of the circle, makes a move. He takes a shot. That goes just wide. Fugner battles for it. He goes up the wall. Unfortunately, no Blues home, just a Capitals player. And Fugners have to rush back and break that up, and he does so. His exit pass is picked off. Heads up. Here come the Capitals, but a great stick by Rubis breaks up that 2-on-1. And now here comes Brooks back into the zone. Has the puck bounce on him. He takes a long shot, saved by the Caps goalie. Bauer puts it behind the net for Fugner. Fugner, with one hand on a stick, holds the puck there. Capitals now come away with it, and they're going to put it out of play. .109 left here in this third period. Blues send out Schneider, Bowers, and Crowley up front. Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Capitals. They go D to D. They get it far side. Good pinch by Peterson, breaks that up. And here comes Crowley and Schneider, 2-on-2 back into the zone. Drop pass for Bowers. He takes it towards the corner. He's looking for somebody. He makes a move. He drops it for Peterson. Peterson around Schneider. Peterson shot. That's a save. Crowley breaks up the exit pass. He skates it into the corner. Puts it in deep. They come away with it. They send it back far side. Bauer steps up and holds it on the sideboard. Schneider there to help him out. Sends it back to the point to Peterson. Peterson makes a move around one man. gets it to the corner, drops it for Bowers. Bowers looking for somebody. Heads up, nobody home on the Blues point. I don't think anybody realized Peterson was in deep. They go D to D. They go far side. Good leg shin pad save by Crowley. And that putt goes back into the zone. Heads up, here comes big hit by Peterson, but that is clearly a penalty, as you can't do that. Yeah, just no, just can't do it. I don't even know what else to say. Can't charge somebody after they let the puck go. There's several teams that don't understand that, but that's going to do it for the Blues. They give Peterson a 2 and a 10 for charging on that last hit. Blues are going to take this one 8-1. We will be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. for Game 2 against the Capitals. And until then, see ya.